Just imagine waking up every single night and seeing big red marks on your skin, seeing bruises and scratches on your skin, and you know where it come from.
Have you ever heard of the Spanish town Duppy? Before I start this video, I just want to say this story happened during my lifetime and I watched this entire thing air live.
Don't walk past this tree at night if you're visiting Jamaica. Behind me is a tree known as the Duppy tree, and in Jamaican folklore, a Duppy is a malevolent ghost or a spirit that haunts people at night.
Right now, to me, see it, going back to Jamaica, come like you give away your life, give away your 3 pints. Because people don't want to throw no stone behind them when them traveling now, as a Jamaican diaspora. Why we have to worry about if when we go there we want to peep this and people close or people know which power they will come do something.
Whoa, did you hear that? And that's just the beginning. Jamaican Duppy stories, and they're scary, they're fascinating, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. Hello everyone, welcome back to Training Pulse Worldwide. My name is Amy, and thank you to all my amazing people who always tuning, who subscribe, who keep this channel going. I appreciate you so much. And if you're new here, consider joining the family because I bring you stories from all over the world that will have you thinking, laughing, and sometimes even jumping out of your seat. And this is one of those. Now, today I'm talking about something deeply rooted in Jamaican culture, Duppy stories. And first of all, a Duppy, for those who don't know, is what Jamaicans call a ghost or a spirit. And listen, Jamaicans don't just see this as folklore. These are stories people swear really happened, encounters they'll never forget. And what makes it even more interesting is that a lot of these stories come not just from Jamaicans at home, but also from Jamaicans in the diaspora. And some of them grew up abroad, went back home, and suddenly they had their own Duppy experience to tell. It's really fascinating, it's chilling, and honestly, it's just so captivating to listen to. So today we're going to hear some of those stories that might make you laugh, might make you shiver, and will definitely keep you watching. So let's get into it.
So there's this lady and her name is Jessica. Jessica is from St. Vincent and the Grenadines and she moved into a new neighborhood. She was from town, but she moved to country. So where she was living is a house where a lady they say was living there years ago, but the lady had passed away and no one wanted to buy the house, but Jessica and her mom decided to buy the house. The neighbors keep telling her stories about the lady who was living in the house and she must be very careful, so they proceed to christen the house. Christening the house in the Caribbean means you get a pastor to bless the house. That's what we call christening. So when the pastor came there, when the pastor entered, it was one heavy vibe. The pastor started to chant in tongues, basically. The one of living in the house. Jessica started to hear a lot of different songs, things moving, and when she tell her mom would not believe her. So Jessica started waking up with big marks on her skin and stuff like that. Next to the house that Jessica was living was also another neighbor that was also kind of creepy, like the neighbor that died. And they say years ago, those two neighbors used to be in constant war over land and border. So when Jessica looked out the window during the daytime, she would always see that neighbor outside just sweeping up, grunting, angry, and upset. Now, the house is already a whole issue because it's already scary. But the person who sold Jessica's mom the house, they did not tell them how haunted the house is. So one day Jessica's mom went to work and she was telling someone about her daughter's skin. Her daughter keep waking up and having some big red marks on her skin, and they want to figure out where the red marks was coming from. So Jessica's mom co-worker suggested that they should start to get salt and in the night set up to see if anything is coming inside and sucking Jessica. So Jessica's mom decided to do that. So Jessica's mom set up in the night by the door, waiting patiently to see if something is coming inside to attack Jessica. So while she's there, she heard this banging noise, and it was like around 12 a.m. midnight time. When she entered, she saw a creature looking like pure flesh sucking her daughter. So she was so scared, but she did what her friend told her and threw the salt on the creature. The creature ran, like make a squealing song and ran. So all the while she was like, this is probably haunted person from the house or the person who died in the house. But the plot twist, it was not the person from the house, it was the neighbor. The neighbor was a sukuya who was sucking Jessica from the day Jessica moved into that house until they figure it out. So what Sukiya normally do is they strip their skin, as in they would go and suck people. You would meet all type of scars and red marks on your skin, and when you throw the salt on them, they cannot go back into the skin. So after all of that, bear in mind, Jessica's mom did not know it was the neighbor at the time. So when she's figuring out it's the neighbor is when the ambulance came and she was out of her skin. So this neighbor was sucking her daughter. If you're moving to a new home, be careful, because you never know who your neighbors are them be, and you never know who will live in your house before.
In the mid to late 90s, my godfather would always tell us a story about this nurse that the guys that worked for him, he, by the way, owned a security company. And the guys that worked for him would always tell him that, always see this lady on Causeway Bridge, all hours of the night. Whether late night or early morning, when it's still dark, they would see her and they would just think that maybe she going to work or coming off of work. But them days, it wasn't as lit as it is now. When you're going over, the lights are far apart from each other. Like you're going to Edgewater on the left, from Kingston. You have Edgewater on the left, and then you have the apartments on the right. The townhouses, on the right. He would always mount them and say, how come them up security and them heavily armed and them afraid of one woman? Them afraid for offer the woman drive. So he would have said to them, what offer a ride? And they would say, me not pick up no woman so late at night or early morning. You're mad? He would just always find it funny. So he would always tell us and say, boy, them man they afraid of woman. One day I remember him coming to the house early. I'm gonna say like 10 o'clock. But when he came, he was like unusually quiet, because he wasn't like that. Very jovial, life for the party. So everybody was like, what happened? So my mother started getting nervous now and said, what's going on? And him said, nothing man. I said, I finally saw that nurse woman. He was going over, he was leaving a job, like him go collect some money, and over to the office in Greater Portmore, going over the bridge, and he saw in white. The place dark, but when he was heading towards her, the lights got her. No, pulled past her, stopped, waited on her to come to the car, if she's gonna come to the car. So him look back, him saying can barely see anything. As he was about to drive off now, she just came to the door, came in the car. So him say, trying to make small talk. Oh, you must tired, or where you going? Woman just not say nothing really. So he said to her, well, I have this thing for do. I forgot to drop off the money. No, man love chat to impress. I forgot to drop off the money, so can't to divert, but I will take you up to where the taxis. So I guess that's closer to Ken's or closer. Anyway, where you have more taxi and whatever. Just nod. So him say, much chat off him mouth. Suddenly him start just feel different. Him say him just can't explain the feeling. Him start feel like a heaviness. Even though him sit down, a heaviness come over him. And him want vomit, piss up himself, everything, like body come down. Look cross, nobody in that car. Say, blow off for the road now. Him see some taxi guys and them know him. Such and such. Warm to you. And alright. Him say, I'm a doctor. Him say, no man. Cause him say, him can't feel afraid now and him afraid to tell anybody. And the first time he was actually talking about it was when he came to the house. And he must say, boy, him know what that is, and him never woke up anything like that. And as a matter of fact, him don't want to talk about that again. No, I was like a young kid and I still remember that story up until today. Anybody out there know about this mysterious nurse, Causeway Bridge in Portmore?
Right now, to me, see it, going back to Jamaica, come like you give away your life. Give away your 3 pints. Because people don't want to throw no stone behind them when them traveling now, as the Jamaican diaspora. Why we have to worry about if when we go there we want to peep this and people close or people know which power they are come do something. To all me see it now is like if you go to Jamaica, go look for your people them. 1, you can't tell nobody when you come. 2, you can't tell them when you come look for them. 3, you have to just randomly pop up on them. 4, you can't even stay which part you usually stay when they used to live there. 5, you can't even go back to your old community. 6, you can't even link up with certain friend when it was kind of shaky. That is scary because a lot of Jamaicans, especially us, I'm a millennial, okay? I want to invest in the country that I come from because I believe the whole away Jamaicans are top tier. Let's just take a moment and just acknowledge how great we are. If we can't develop our own country, if we can't even come there and be safe, what we gonna do? What we gonna do?
You can definitely feel the emotions in those stories, and whether you believe in dappies or not, the way people tell these encounters is so powerful, honestly, and you can't help but get pulled in. And here's the thing, dappy stories aren't just a Jamaican thing. Even culture has its own version of ghost tales. And some people say they've heard footsteps in empty houses, others claim they've seen shadows where nobody was, or even felt someone's presence at night when they knew they were just alone. And it's almost like no matter where you're from, there's always a story of the unexplained. But what I love about Jamaicans telling dappy stories is the mix of fear, humor, and tradition. And you can laugh, you can get spooked, and you can learn about culture all at the same time. And when it's Jamaicans from the diaspora, it's even more fascinating because for them, it's like stepping into another world and suddenly realizing these stories are alive. Now, back to you. Let me ask you, do you believe duppies are real? These are just legends and folklore. And if you had the chance, would you visit and see it for yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your own ghost or duppy stories, whether you're in Jamaica or anywhere else in the world. And before you go, don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video or if it even scared you. Subscribe if you're new and you want to join the family, and also share this with someone who loves a good spooky tale. So until next time, stay curious, stay entertained, and maybe don't turn off the lights just yet. Bye for now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day.